everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back. Today's workout is a BriYOGA workout. So again, a Briolates-inspired yoga workout, and we're calling today Long and Strong. We're gonna be doing some strength poses first, fire up the muscles, get that strength work in, and then we'll transition into more of a lengthening series of poses where we'll really get a lot of good stretching. Maybe we should call it strong and long. Anyway, so sitting here, nice seated cross-legged position, we're just gonna take a couple of minutes to get our mind and our body centered and really ready to be here fully present in this moment, okay? So let's go ahead and bring the hands together right here in front of the heart. I would invite you to close your eyes and feel how that just instantly calms the body. For me, it always feels like a wave of serenity just kind of sweeps over me when I close my eyes, place my hands at my heart center, and I begin to look inward. Now this can be a tough transition sometimes if you're coming from a busy, hectic day. Maybe there's a lot of just noise in your mind, a lot of things on your to-do list and so forth. But I would encourage you, as you're settling into a nice deep breathing pattern here, to try to breathe in that sense of stillness and calm, and exhale some of those extraneous noises, those miscellaneous thoughts. Soften the muscles of your face. And allow your whole body to settle into a very relaxed, introspective state. Now we'll take a nice deep breath in. Reach the arms overhead gently as we begin to open the eyes. And exhale, float the arms down to the sides. And we'll move our way from here to the all fours position. Now in all fours, we're going to use this as a transition pose to be able to get up to a standing position, which we're going to use for our first strength pose today. So let's just kind of, while we're here, take advantage of the opportunity to do a little bit of cat and cow, rounding the spine in both directions. So we kind of round up toward the ceiling and then curve down toward the mat. Integrating breath with movement, so we exhale as we round up, inhale as we make that kind of concave shape in the back. Now come to a flat spine, curl your toes under, walk your hands back, and just lift the knees up so you're in like a little crouching position. From here, we're gonna press the tailbone up toward the ceiling, feeling some stretching and lengthening on the back sides of the legs. And now just begin to slide the hands up the legs real gently and slowly, unfolding one vertebra at a time, all the way to a nice tall standing position. You can roll the shoulders back a bit. And we will move from here into our chair pose. So what I'd like you to do is bring your big toes together, bring your knees together and your inner thighs together so everything is really hugging inward. And then we're going to imagine that there's a chair right behind us, and I just want you to sit that booty back, keep the chest lifted, and if it's comfortable for you, you can lift the arms overhead right in line with the ears. What I don't want to see is this, right, where the arms are out here. Try if you can to lift so that they're out of your peripheral vision. They're right in line with the ears. And we're just gonna hold this. This is really hard. Like, you'd think it would be easy to just sit down like you're sitting in a chair, because we do that a lot of the day, right? We get up and down a lot, but having to hold it, that's the real kicker here. Definitely makes it not easy. Keep breathing. You should feel every muscle in that lower body firing up. Keep the chest lifted. I like to say I should be able to read what's written on your shirt. Obviously nothing's written on my shirt, but if you had like a nice logo or graphic or something on your t-shirt, I should be able to see it. And lift up. Nice job. We're gonna do that one more time. Just for demonstration purposes, I am going to stand at the side like this, just so you can see how everything is aligned with my hips, my chest, and my lower body from a different angle. We take a deep breath in, exhale, and sit that booty back. Nice job. Hold and breathe. Try to keep your neck right in line with the rest of your spine. All right, let's gently ease out of that. Wow. Okay, my legs are shaking, ready to move on. So deep breath in here. Exhale, and now we're going to just peel back down to the floor. Keep the hands in contact with the legs, and then walk out to a plank position. So this is our next strength pose, and I love planks. They are super hard. Actually, I don't love planks. I have a love-hate relationship with planks, but they are so good for us. So squeeze the booty, tuck the tailbone under so you have that nice flatness in the low back. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Everything is strong and of course supported with our Briolates scoop. Holding here, breathing. Imagine that you have like shrink wrap wrapped around your belly. That can really help in terms of imagery. I'm shaking. I don't know about you. Yes? Okay, hang on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little break. Stay in control here. We're going to do another one of those, but we're going to be on our forearms just to give our wrists a little bit of a rest. All right, coming on back, down to the forearms, same position with the spine, that nice straight long line from the crown of the head down to the toes. Tight glutes, pelvic tilt, scoop, and just stay right here. You've got this. We'll go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees down. Okay, starting to work, starting to sweat. Next, we are transitioning into a downward facing dog. So from our plank position, we'll now need to be back up on the hands. I just want you to curl the toes back under and press the heels down toward the floor. Now, for me, the first time in the day that I try downward dog, I feel so incredibly tight, especially in my calves and my hamstrings. So do this little pedaling motion, just real gentle, side to side. And we'll see if we can start to kind of wake up, loosen out, and limber out those muscles just a little bit. Feeling a little better already. Now press both heels down, and we're going to lift the right leg up toward the ceiling. Wow, that exaggerates the stretch. Look between your hands, take a giant step forward into a low lunge. Now here you can place your back knee down and just peel the chest up off of the knee, reaching the arms toward the ceiling. That's totally a fine option here. In fact, I actually like this one a bit better because of the stretch I get in my hip flexor here on the back leg. But if you prefer to lift the knee up off of the floor, that's fine too. You can be here. This is a bit more intense, so you kind of decide what's gonna work best for you today. Feel out what your body needs and wants and stick with that, okay? Definitely feeling every muscle there in the lower body engaging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Hands come back down. Let's now transition into what we call side angle. So what I'd like you to do is take your back leg, set your heel down, and ever so slightly angle your toes out at about a 45-degree angle. Front knee stays bent. You're gonna place your forearm on your thigh here, and then lift the other arm up, reach up and over. So you're kind of making this straight line from your hand down to your foot and just holding. This really intensifies the work for this front leg, the supporting leg. Yes? Yeah, totally can feel that. Breathe, stay strong, we're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Release the hands down. Oh, take a little pressure off of the legs. Let's see if we can step the front leg back to meet the back leg, and we're back into our downward facing dog. Pedal the feet a little bit more. And now we're gonna move the right foot in kind of toward the center. Left leg now comes up toward the ceiling. Reach and stretch. Take a look between your hands. Take a giant step forward. Low lunge. Here we go. We lift. And you can stay here or set that back knee down. Whatever you prefer, whatever feels best for you today. Try to stay really solid and strong. There is a lot of work going on in the lower body. Try to keep that calm on your face. Keep your breath nice and steady. And transitioning to the side angle. So from your low lunge, we just place the forearm on the thigh, set your heel down, toes are angling out, arm comes up and over. Nice, long, strong line. It's amazing how hard this is for my front leg. Ouch! Try not to let it show on your face though. I always say, when in doubt, just smile. We've got this. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Front leg comes back to meet the back leg. Downward dog. One last time. And now bending the knees, easing back down to the floor into a pose we call the bow pose. I'll be honest, this one's really hard for me. I'm not gonna look great doing it. We're gonna give it a shot anyway. So bring your body down, bend the knees. If you're able to reach your ankles, go ahead and do that. And then try to separate your heels from your butt as you lift your chest up slightly. See, I cannot get up very high. This is like my limit for the bow pose. But do the best you can. If you cannot reach your ankles at all, that's totally okay. See if you can at least reach one, and just use this as a little quadricep stretch. That is a-okay. Hold and breathe. You know, this looks so easy, but it always amazes me just how darn hard this is. Whew. Go 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice job. Pressing back up to all fours. And we're gonna end the strength portion here with the fist hover. Now, I will be honest, there's a pose called the crow pose that I have always wanted to be able to do. I cannot yet. I've been working on it for years and I still can't do it. It's a little embarrassing, but this is kind of a really good modification that I kind of figured out where we can hit the same muscle groups, but the balance is a little bit easier. So if you can do the crow pose, by all means, go for it. If you're like me and still need some work on that, then do the fist hover. All right, enough of me blabbering. Let's get going. So you want to lift the bottom parts of your feet so you're kind of hinging on your knees here. Make sure you're on a cushy mat. It'll feel a lot better. Come on down, hug the elbows in toward the sides. Oh boy, that's hard. Try not to fall on your face. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need to settle down before you come back up, that's fine. You can also do this just right on your hands rather than your fists. So feel free to give that a try if you'd like for this next one. Go ahead and lift the bottom parts of the legs. And here we go. Hug those elbows in. That's really key. Go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can either push up or you can come down and then up. Great job. We are done with the really hard stuff. And now we're gonna move on to the long part of the workout. Not like it's a long time, but lengthening the muscles, okay? Working on becoming longer. So let's start with the child's pose. This one feels so nice. We're just gonna set the butt down toward the heels, reach the arms forward, drop the head, and relax. Gently peel up out of child's pose and let's move to a nice V-sit. This is one of my favorite positions here. I just feel like I get such a great stretch for my hamstrings as well as my inner thighs, those hip adductors, a little bit of calves as well, just the whole lower body. It gets to really stretch out. So from here, I want you to come forward to your personal boundary of tension, meaning that we're not forcing anything, we're not bouncing, we are just gliding gently until we feel like we can't naturally come any farther, and that's where we stop. Hold here and breathe. And as your body relaxes, you might find that you can move a little bit farther out. Let's peel back up, articulate and roll through the spine. And then we're just gonna do one leg at a time. So take this leg and bring the knee out, the foot in. So now all the attention gets to focus right here on this leg that's out in front. If you can, try to pull your toes back, lift your heel up so the leg is as straight as possible. We'll take a nice deep breath in as we reach overhead, and exhale, just fold forward over the leg. Again, to your boundary of tension. If you can't touch the toes, no problem. Let's roll up gently. Same thing other side. Inhale, reach, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold forward. Unfold gently. We are now going to move into the pigeon pose. So what I'd like you to do is one knee, one leg stays in front. The other leg slides as far back on the mat as you comfortably can. And I want you to try to center your hips here because it's very easy to kind of stay lopsided like this. But if you take the hip that wants to pop up and just try to angle it down toward the mat so that the hips are parallel and square with the mat, you're going to get a lot more out of this. This pose, I guess, can feel intense in some ways, but for me, it's a different type of intensity. It's not like my muscles are shaking and burning. It's more like, wow, this is a really intense stretch. I'm definitely stretching right at that boundary of tension. Now go ahead and let that go. You can let the hip that wants to pop up, you can let it go ahead and pop up. That allows you to transition to the other side. So same thing. Back leg slides way, way back. We square up the hips, and then we just try to settle into it and breathe into it as much as possible. I find it helpful here to remind myself to draw my shoulders down away from my ears, lift my chest, soften the expressions on my face just to kind of relax my whole body. Nice, let's ease out of this as well. And coming back to what's gonna look a lot like that plank position, but I promise we're not doing any more planks. We're done with those. But I want you to come onto your forearms and just press one foot back. Really press through the heel. And you'll find that this can be a really great calf stretch. Let's ease down, switch to the other side. Press back through the heel. And ease down. Moving back to a seated position right where we started. Let's finish up by just opening up the chest here a little bit. So bring your palms up, and I'd like you to just move them out toward the sides, right at the shoulder level. If you can even get the hands a little farther back than the shoulders, that's great, but just go to the level that feels comfortable for you. Again, your personal boundary of tension. And then just hold and breathe. Sometimes you can play with the angle here as well. So if you want to turn the hands, kind of exaggerate the palms facing up or even facing the wall behind you, if you're that flexible, that can really help to just exaggerate the stretch a bit as well. Let's float the arms down, move right back to where we started. The backs of the hands can gently rest on the knees. And I would encourage you here again to close your eyes. This time, settling into that rhythmic breathing pattern, but being very astute and very aware of how your body is feeling. What feedback are you getting from your muscles and your joints, especially the ones that we just worked really hard? Take that moment to scan your body, head to toe, and notice any areas that are feeling fatigued. Maybe still holding on to some tension. Breathe into those areas that need a little bit of extra TLC. And imagine yourself exhaling away any discomfort, any tenderness, any tightness, any tension. And as always, breathing in tranquility, calmness, and stillness. Reflect for a moment on what it means to be long and strong. What it means to stand tall and proud, lengthened and lifted, but also to be firmly grounded, to have that strength and that solidity, to face life's challenges, whatever they happen to be, however they come into your life. Face them with strength, solidarity, but also pride and confidence. Let's bring the hands together at the heart center. You can gently open your eyes. And I just want to say thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It's been a blast. I feel like maybe this workout was a little longer than our usual BriYOGA workouts, but hey, that's okay. Just a little extra time I get to spend with you, which I love. So thank you again, and I will see you next time. Namaste.